Rec League Podcast. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your family, tell your haters. Available on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Podchaser, Good Pods, Pocket Cast, Breaker, and Stitcher. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 66 coming soon. Oh, whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? So I just watched The Protégé. It is a new action movie starring Maggie Q, Michael Keaton, Samuel L. Jackson, and Robert Patrick. It was directed by Martin Campbell. He directed, he directed GoldenEye. He directed Vertical Limit with Chris O'Donnell and Bill Paxton. He directed The Mask of Zorro. He directed The Legend of Zorro. He directed Casino Royale, like two of the all-time best Bond movies ever. He directed Edge of Darkness with Mel Gibson, and I believe most recently he directed The Foreigner with Jackie Chan and Pierce Brosnan. You got Maggie Q. She is like a highly trained, badass assassin. Samuel L. Jackson is her mentor. She's the protege. And things go left, and she carries on what he was looking into. I first heard about this movie, I don't know if it was on Letterboxd, just like skimming upcoming releases or Wikipedia. I don't remember where I heard about this movie, but it was like originally titled like The Asset or something, and then it turned into The Protégé. It was supposed to come out maybe last year, got pushed to April. Eventually it's out now, and it's a badass action movie in the vein of a John Wick, in the vein of an Equalizer, in the vein of a Bourne, in the vein of an Atomic Blonde, or even more recently a Gunpowder Milkshake. It's better than Gunpowder Milkshake though, let me assure you that. Because it's the direction. It's like everything I listed off. Like Martin Campbell doesn't have a bad movie. I'm sorry. Say what you will. I haven't seen Vertical Limit. I'm not gonna hold you. I did just find it for cheap on eBay though, so I will watch it. I don't think Green Lantern is bad, and whatever you think is bad about Green Lantern, I don't think is Martin Campbell's fault. Like I know recently he was in the media trying to take blame, like he's the director, like the quarterback of a football team. He's the director, so all the you know, misfires fall on him or whatever. All the faults of a movie fall on the director. But as we've seen Warner Brothers and their complete shit show mishandling of every DC property that Christopher Nolan hasn't directed in the past 10 years, Green Lantern is not on him. Green Lantern is a Warner Brothers fuck up. They fucked up Zack Snyder and everything he did. They fucked up Suicide Squad, the first one, and they fucked up the DCEU, period. So, and that's why we still don't have a new Green Lantern reboot, because they don't know how to utilize the character. There are so many reports, I'm getting off track like a motherfucker. There are so many reports of DC talking about they don't understand what the writers have written, and they be trying to get movies changed because the fucking suits who don't follow comic book lore want them to change that shit because they don't understand it. It's like come on, like Warner Brothers is a fucking circus, and Green Lantern was just like the first like crack in exposing how incompetent they are at handling comic book properties. But even like I've seen people say like The Legend of Zorro isn't good, and The Legend of Zorro is good. It's like, come on, bro. Like Martin Campbell has directed 2 of the all-time great James Bond movies. The Mask of Zorro is incredibly underrated. I'm willing to bet Vertical Limit is fun. This movie, The Protégé, to get back on track of the topic of why y'all clicked on this video, The Protégé is fun, man. It's a R-rated, bloody, brutal, vulgar. Now, it's not that vulgar, but there are some curse words. It's a fun adult action movie. it's good. Like, the fight scenes are good, the gunfights are good. The script, it has some of the quippy dialogue that like tries to force the cool that bothers the shit out of me. But like, cause it's Michael Keaton or Maggie Q, Samuel L. Jackson delivering it wasn't bad to me in this. Like, the dialogue was good. You think it's just like one domino falls, she's the main character, she's a badass. Like, Maggie Q is a badass in this movie. She has so much good action in this movie that you think that she's gonna just bing bang boom, like handle her business. But there's obstacles. It's like when everything just comes easy for the protagonist, like, that's bad writing. That's a bad movie. Like, you need obstacles that they need to overcome to keep you invested, to keep you interested. And that's what happens here. Like, Robert Patrick is really just a plug for her to get from A to B. But like, there's some humor. Like, there's some interest in there. And then we learn about the characters too. Like, there's backstory spliced in, so you learn about how things came to be. There are like the way, and that's cool. Like, I feel like this movie's gonna get bashed by some reviews, some critics, whatever. Like, man, I'm not a critic, man. I just tell y'all what I thought about what I just watched. But some people are gonna talk about this movie and just be like, oh, it was predictable, this, and this. I saw this coming a mile away. And I feel like stuff happened in this movie that I should have seen coming, but I didn't. And it surprised me, and it surprised me in a positive way. So I enjoyed it. Maybe, I don't know, like, maybe it could have ended like 5 or 10 minutes earlier. I thought the very end, the resolution started to drag on, but I'm not bashing this movie. Like, it was fun. Like, it was a fun action movie. Like, I feel like August kind of gets like those throwaway movies that studios don't know what to do with. And maybe Lionsgate thought this was a throwaway movie, but it was a good time. With all that being said, in my opinion, I will say that The Protégé is almost dope. Have you seen The Protégé, man? What you think about it? Positive, negative, somewhere in between? Let me know. I have recently posted reviews for Free Guy, Respect, Don't Breathe 2, The Suicide Squad, Batman The Long Halloween Part 2. Check all of that out. Tomorrow, I want to watch and review Reminiscence. And next weekend, I want to watch and review Candyman. So that's the plan for the rest of August. We're talking musical biopics on the podcast. So be on the lookout for all of that, man. Like, subscribe, comments. Find me where you find me. Don't know where to find me? Watch these credits. Peace.